What'd you say?
Two people have a crush on me.
Well, that's cool, but guess what? Guess what, everybody? It's here. It's here. It's here. Hey, wait, who's this kid?
Don't film her, you can't put her in.
Oh my gosh, it's here. Where's my signature? I don't know, but it's here. Just left it on the front porch.
Cover your address.
Oh my gosh. There it is. My new child has arrived. I'm excited. 3 of them. Oh boy.
Is that a mug?
Yeah, they're all coffee mugs.
That's not what you thought?
No. These aren't Sentinels. Unbelievable.
Oh my god.
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it's Saturday, and you know what that means by now. It's time for weekly purchases, the time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, FedEx, the Postal Service, that old outlaw, Waylon Jennings, and of course the news of the week that I find interesting, that I think you guys will find interesting as well. We wrap it all up into one little ball. We call it weekly purchases, and a lot of news again this week. The news weeks are bigger than ever. It's just amazing how much news is getting out there. A lot of these toy companies, Hasbro's, Mattel's, you name it, all of them out there are giving us more news because of, I feel, a lot of it is because some of the product supply issues with, you hear all the stuff on the channel here, of course, but in the news and stuff about containers being delayed, holiday delays, some of that kind of stuff going on. And I feel like maybe these toy companies are like, hey, we need to be top of mind. Let's keep pumping out news, keep getting our name out there, getting at the top of the house. That's kind of the way I see it out there, but who knows what's going on. But there's definitely a lot of news, and we're going to jump right into it like we always do. But we got to start off first with recapping the week that was on the channel. I think all you guys that watched all the videos this week been on a breakneck pace the last month or so. A lot of new stuff, a lot of new videos out there. Might have a little bit of a slowdown here in a couple of weeks. We'll see what happens there. But this week, it was a big week. Figure hunting video. 30 minutes, I think, of figure hunting nonsense out there. Hopefully you guys check that out every Friday. All kinds of stuff. I was eating pizza. I was traveling for meetings. I was hitting some foreign Targets, some foreign Walmarts. I was all over the place. We even got to see Emma lose her tooth. That was exciting. What an adventure that was. So a lot to unpack in that figure hunting video, and you'll see some of the pickups this week on this video and weekly purchases on the back half, of course. But make sure you're watching those figure hunting videos. Kind of fun to see what's out there. See how the other half lives. If you're not in my area, you can see what my stores look like. And most of the time they look okay. Okay, I'd say. Everybody's got different stores, that's for sure. But this week, we, of course, continued our daily Star Wars unboxings. We've done one every single day in 2021 as a bonus. We'll see if that goes into 2022, but we'll see. I've been doing it every single day, as you guys have probably noticed. So we had those. We did a very timely top 5 list this week. Daniel Bryan, top 5. Bryan Danielson, whatever you want to call him. Back and forth between those two names. We did the top 5 countdown this week on the channel, so make sure you check that out. A lot of people do like those top 5 countdowns. You guys know we're getting dangerously close. We need like 700 more subscribers, and we'll have an Ultimate Warrior top 10. So be ready for that. I think we'll do like a Q&A video around that time. We'll do some giveaways, of course. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff on the channel. Possibly this might align with the Ultimate Warrior top 10, yes, but the Warlord Elite Walmart exclusive collector's edition, we might have that for the 10,000 unboxing. We'll see how that lines up, but who knows? That could be here in the next couple of weeks. Would love to open up the Warlord. Try to bring my dad on the channel. See if he wants to open up the Warlord with me. We can do some Warlord discussions. All kinds of fun. But make sure you're checking out the top 5 list. Jack's Classic Superstars. They continue on Tuesdays, every single Tuesday for over a year now. We've done a Jack's Classic Superstars video, so hopefully you're enjoying those. We talked Hulk Hogan. We talked Ric Flair. 2 heavy hitters this week. On that, we did a little Ruthless Aggression unboxing, a throwback Ruthless Aggression unboxing. We got a lot of those. We pepper those in the channel every once in a while. 2 Rey Mysterio figures. Everybody loves Rey Mysterio. Everybody loves masked wrestlers. Everybody loves baseball. Everybody loves cookies. If you watch that, you know all about it. Some interesting accessories with that Rey Mysterio. So if you missed that video, definitely check that one out. We unboxed the brand new 2022 Top Picks. Our first look at Mattel's packaging design for 2022. We take a look at Roman Reigns. We took a look at Jeff Hardy. So if you missed those, check those out. Faker, He-Man Masters Universe Revelations, found that at Target this week, got after it early. Faker, we unboxed on the channel, so check out that for all you He-Man guys out there. We took a look at Clown and Violator, two highly anticipated figures by myself, especially that Violator figure. Check that Violator video out. That figure is absolutely next level. Strongly, strongly recommend that one. We took a look at Super Shredder Part 3 from NECA. We unboxed that one on Friday night. Oroko Saki and Hamato Yoshi. I talked about the craziness of trying to buy that pack last week. Well, we unboxed that on the channel this week, so check that out, of course. We unboxed a Marvel Legends. Marvel Legends has been a little slow lately. Hopefully we'll get into that in a little bit, but Marvel Legends Rescue Captain Marvel 2-pack, Amazon exclusive. We unboxed that on the channel this week. And finally, I did a bonus video last Saturday. Hopefully you check that out on the AEW Reveals Unmatched, Unrivaled Series Collection. Some of the latest announcements from the Fan Fest over the weekend. Hopefully you guys check that video out. We got a lot of good stuff coming from the Jazzwares team. I did watch that pay-per-view. Quite the pay-per-view last weekend, that's for sure. Crazy, crazy times in the wrestling industry, and we'll see. We'll see how fast Jeremy can pump some of these guys out. I got to think Bryan Danielson. You're going to get CM Punk first, but I got to think that same set or the next set, you're going to see Bryan Danielson, and I bet you he'll be in his gear that he wore, his street gear. That's usually how Jeremy does those things. Let's get as much money as we can. We know that first figure is going to sell a ton. People are going to buy it regardless. Get the street clothes version out there, and then we'll have the ring gear shortly after that, maybe a couple months later. Get a ring gear version once we know what his ring gear is going to be in AEW, of course. So very, very interesting times. A lot of videos on the channel last week, and a lot to come this week probably as well. And you'll see some of that in weekly purchases this week. So stay tuned for the back half of the video. Now, wrestling news this week was kind of all over the place. We talked about the AEW ones. Check out that video. I'm not going to recap those here for time, basically. But you can check that out. But one guy we do talk about every week on the channel is the Heels and Faces line by Zombie Sailor. He did show us kind of prototype grayed out images of Nick Gage. We know that one's coming. It sounds like he's coming quick. He's going to have a working pizza cutter as an accessory and a light tube. So that'll be a little interesting. We don't see that usually in those scales. A pizza cutter as a wrestling accessory, that sounds like old school Jax days. If people would say, oh, remember that pizza cutter? They'd say, oh yeah, was that Ruthless Aggression or Titantron? Something like that. But it seems like an old school Jax accessory, but no, it fits in perfectly with Nick Gage. Cella Toys, another one we talk about on almost a weekly basis, it seems like. Their retro version of Atom Bomb, they have a regular one, but now they have a nuclear version. Yes, you heard it here, nuclear version, kind of a translucent green color, awfully gimmicky, 100% gimmicky. For those deep, deep Atom Bomb fans, they're going to want this. I don't know how this will translate to the everyday consumer out there. I guess you guys tell me in the comments. You going to pick that one up? Is that an easy pass for you? I'm still on the fence on that one. I don't think I really need that. You can only be all in on so much stuff. But I'm definitely interested. My interest is piqued, we'll say. There we go. FTC, Figures Toy Company. We really don't talk a lot of FTC figures. That's because, they do a lot of announcements, and I give Super 7 a bit of a hard time sometimes about the delays and stuff. FTC takes it to another level, unfortunately. When did they announce that Sandman figure? Was that 2 years ago, probably? And we've seen nothing since, and no word on that. They do that a lot, but they did have two figures come to market that you can actually buy this week. Roosh and PCO. So that is pretty cool to get those two out there. Some people might want that Roosh figure, Ring of Honor fans out there, and same with PCO. Now for me, that PCO piques my interest. Piques my interest. PCO is a favorite of mine. I saw him on the indie circuit before, a few years back. I don't know, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever it was. Followed his career for a long time, obviously, for those that know PCO's story. Very interesting figure. I feel that FTC does a good job on figures like PCO that have are covered with clothing, I would say. I think of like the Demon. I think of Blue Meanie a little bit. I don't know. They're not the best figures in the world. We all know that. It's kind of a mishmash of Jack styles out there. But this PCO one, I feel like I might have to get. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'm definitely interested in that PCO figure. But those two are out. And then coming off kind of the fallout over the weekend, we knew where Adam Cole stands now, as you guys all are aware as well as I, that he has went to AEW. That's good for a lot of people. That's bad for collectors like us. And why is it bad? Because we've been wanting that camo trunks version of Adam Cole for so long, and now will it happen? I think it's Elite 93. I just feel like that one's going to be pulled off. And I hope they don't pull it off the table and just leave that spot empty. If they do pull it off, at least put somebody different in there. but I just got a bad feeling we're not going to get that Adam Cole figure. And that's where it kind of goes, shame on you, Mattel. I love Mattel Elites, as you guys can see. I love all that kind of stuff. But really, shame on you, Mattel, a little bit on this one is, why get us the rest of those characters? You need to take this as a note. Put this in the show notes or whatever you want to do for the meeting notes, I should say. Put this in your meeting notes that, hey, when we have a chance to complete a faction, a tag team, whatever, let's get after it. Let's not drag that on. 1 or 2 sets is one thing, but waiting like a full year in between, that just doesn't work because you never know what might happen. They might have thought Adam Cole was going to be a lifer, but you just never say never in business, not just wrestling business, in business. Strike while the iron's hot, knock that out. Realistically, we should have had that Adam Cole figure a long time ago, and I just don't know if we're going to get it now. I hope, I'm going to keep those fingers crossed that we're going to get that camel one to match the rest of the Undisputed Era, but I just can't imagine. That's pretty far out. I mean, it's not far out, but it is far out. You know what I mean. But Elite 93, we're about to Elite 90. I just feel like it's going to get pulled. I hope not. We haven't seen any actual prototype images, so I don't know. But then you hold out hope like Bronson Reed. He's still coming in 90, but I don't know. It's going to be a game time decision. I hope they can leave that Adam Cole in there just for the health and sanity of us collectors out there. So a little bit on that. I got to think, like I said earlier, too, Daniel Bryan, Adam Cole, I'm sure they're going to get their first Jazzwares figures probably early summertime, mid-summertime of 2022. They just can't turn them around that fast, but I have to think they're going to be there. They might even be in the same set. Who knows? But you're definitely going to get figures of those guys, I guarantee it. So another renaissance of the figure game might be coming next summer. Hopefully the WWE can answer with some hot new talents. Can they re-sign the Legion of Doom, Demolitions of the world? Get some of that, some of those guys. I mean, that would really breathe some new life into some of the Mattel figures out there. As I love getting all the wrestlers we get now, but I feel like not the goon is scraping the bottom of the barrel. I love stuff like that, but it's time to get, the one-man gang. It's time to get Akeem. It's time to get some of those legends that we haven't gotten in a long time or never got in the past. Or maybe it's time to really start dipping into the Ruthless Aggression era. It's time for the Bob Hollies of the world for their time to shine. Hopefully we get some of that, because I do feel like AEW Jazzwares is getting a big shot in the arm lately. A lot of publicity. They're doing a lot of social media, of course, with Jeremy Padower posting on Twitter every single day. It's time for Mattel to rise. It's time for them to get after it. It's time for the competition to go. And at the end of the day, Coke would say, Pepsi's my competition. Yeah, they are, but everything in that grocery store is your competition. It's just not that. And Mattel probably looks at it that way. Hey, AEW Jazzwares is my competition, but so is Marvel Legends, so is G.I. Joe Classified, so is Jurassic Park or whatever. So interesting times, as it always is. And then the final little bit of wrestling news this week, we got a lot of Star Wars news this week, actually. But the final wrestling news this week was McFarlane Toys announced the Princess Bride toy set. Now, how's this wrestling? Well, most of you guys probably are fully aware. Andre the Giant was in the Princess Bride. We're getting a giant-sized Andre the Giant figure. I didn't read a whole lot about this. I saw the promotional image. I don't know if he's going to be the Build-A-Figure like a young King Shark out there, or if he's going to be actually a figure on his own. But I don't know anything about the Princess Bride. I've never seen it. Shocker for those that watch the channel. I've hardly seen any movies. It'd be fun one day to just go through what movies has Kyle not seen, and pretty much 90% of them. I had to do a big presentation meeting kind of event for 2 days this week, and they did one of those icebreakers where you go around the room, you introduce yourself, and what's your favorite movie of all time? And there was like 50 people in that room, and I saw 3 of the 50 movies that people said that were their favorite movies of all time. What is Kyle's favorite movie of all time, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. Thank you. The Devil's Rejects. That is my favorite movie of all time. So that's kind of where I'm at in the movie headspace. I'm not a movie guy. But back to Princess Bride. Never seen it, but I know a lot of Andre collectors, maybe some wrestling collectors, movie collectors, will be interested in this Andre the Giant figure. So stay tuned for more from McFarlane for that. But I know I've heard the hubbub online for years. Like, I wish they'd make a Princess Bride figures. Like I said, never seen it, but for those fans that have been clamoring for that, hey, your day is here. It's time for you to shine. So pick up that Andre when it comes out. So very interesting time there. How about King Diamond? Second week in a row, Super 7 must be listening or must be watching my videos or something. Or it's just probably a coincidence, most likely. But King Diamond, we saw pictures. They're coming soon. The in-hand pictures are there. It sounds like maybe in the next month we're going to get there. So really only about a month delay, maybe 2 months. That's good for Super 7. So King Diamond, cannot wait for that review onto the channel. Stay tuned for that one. I'm going to bust out, my grandma's going to come, if you guys know King Diamond. Maybe we'll reenact it. Maybe I'll do it in corpse paint. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But I'm excited for Super 7 King Diamond to finally come into my collection. So that'll be a good time. We also had some Ninja Turtle news this week. Yes, Ninja Turtle news. And the biggest news of the... Well, I don't know. It depends where you say with your news. But big news this week was Chrome Dome. Big figure. Can't wait for it. They announced Friday it would go up for pre-order via NECA. NECA, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. You guys know the rest of the story. But they're not tricking me again. I was so upset about that Mondo Gecko and Muckman. You know, I do the pre-order. They didn't really say it was going to ship to stores anytime soon. It was like, hey, get it online. Then all of a sudden, like 2 days after we order online, there they are, hitting the stores like crazy. I could go to a couple Targets right now, pick them up. I'm not falling for that again. I'll find Chrome Dome in the stores. I find everything I need eventually. I'm not paying an extra $15, $20 in shipping for this big figure when I'm just going to be able to find it. I know I'm going to find it, so I'm not pre-ordering that one. That's an easy pass for me. So Chrome Dome, though, he's up there. He could still be up on the NECA website if you're looking. If you are one of those ones that wants to pre-order, just get it over. Nothing against you. Go for it. Get to NECA. We also saw Kino. They did a Turtle Tuesday announcement. They saw a little... you know, still from the movie out there. It sounds like we're going to finally get a movie version of Kino. So we got Danny coming for you, Loot Crate anytime now. And now we're going to have a Kino figure as well. Really flushing out that Turtle universe for you Turtle heads out there. So that should be a good one for you to get. We also saw a full picture of the Shredder from the Loot Crate exclusive item with kind of the claw crab hands. I will be selling that as I do not collect my cartoon, or I collect cartoon turtles. You guys know comic turtles I don't collect. So that one's one of those ones you sell and hopefully you put it towards to kind of pay off the set a little bit. And that's my plan there. And then the worst of the week, probably the worst of the week for me. Once again, Kyle's never seen it. Yes, I've never seen The Karate Kid. Maybe one day. Maybe when I retire, I'll have all this time to watch movies. But The Karate Kid, never seen it. So not really interested in Karate Kid figures, but Playmate's coming in hot. Coming in hot. There's been a lot of people over the years saying, Kyle, don't you wish they'd make a Karate Kid Ninja Turtles 2-pack? Actually, that's never been asked in the history of the world, I don't think. But Playmate said, hey, we're going to do it. We're going to put 2-packs. And they announced and showed prototype. Well, they're not even prototype. They're in package. So they got to be coming pretty soon. For you Karate Kid, Ninja Turtle fans, there you go. I don't know what to say, but those turtles, talk about getting the most out of your molds. The same mold's been going on for like an eternity, it feels like. Playmates is milking those molds for all they're worth. There could be some changes there. I'm just not going down that road. If you guys saw my figure hunting video this week, I did come across a lot of the Playmates Ninja Turtles. For a second, I almost bit, but I passed. I said, I don't need any more turtles. I'm good with the cartoon. I'm good with the movie. I don't need to get into Playmates and go down that road. I just don't need to do it. But for those of you that want to, now's your time to shine. You got an opportunity to get that done. So take a look at that. Take a long look in the mirror is what I would say. Do you really need that? But if you love Karate Kid, you love Ninja Turtles, I could see jumping in on that. But those are going to be up for pre-order very soon. Probably Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below, as we always say. But now we turn our attention to the big news of the week. This might get a little negative. I hope not. You guys know I'm a positive guy. I'm always the power of positivity. I'm like a young Diamond Dallas Page out there. But Star Wars had their Hasbro live stream this week. Star Wars has been dormant. We haven't really had Star Wars news forever. It's been months, and we really haven't had any new figures either. The last Black Series set, it seemed like some got to the market. You guys, I reviewed them on the channel. Asajj Ventress, Lando, General Lando, that whole set, Tech. I reviewed those on the channel, but it seems like those have not hit the stores in a good amount. I think they're part of that kind of COVID supply delay. I think there's a bigger shipment waiting to hit stores, because that kind of came and went, and most people don't have those. But like I said, if you really are interested, check out the review on the channel. But that was kind of the last hurrah from Star Wars for a while. We kind of got the leaked announcement of the Rancor coming as the HasLab project, but it's been quiet. But they finally said it's time to do a live stream. And it was probably the most underwhelming live stream I've ever been a part of. Marvel Legends, they set the bar, if you ask me. The Marvel Legends team always does an amazing job on their live streams. Transformers does an okay job. G.I. Joe, somewhere in the middle. I'm a huge G.I. Joe guy, you guys know. But this Star Wars one was the most underwhelming live stream I've ever been a part of, especially of having no news for so long. We're all salivating, saying, oh, we're going to get all kinds of announcements. Maybe they'll mention the Rancor a little bit, save that whole details for HasbroCon in October, but they're going to give us some new stuff that we're going to really be interested in. And it was Not that way at all. It really went south for me. You guys in the comments can let me know your thoughts if you did watch, but I'm going to recap it here real fast. A lot of announcements, but the word of the day, if we were watching Pee-wee's Playhouse, we'd all be screaming whenever we heard repaint, because that's all it was. Getting the most out of your molds. I understand getting the most out of your molds. But this live stream took it to the next level. There was so much rehash, so much re-release. The groan, I could hear it in the air. I opened my window in my office, and I just put my ear out there like a young Hulk Hogan, and I could hear a loud groan. And I assume that was from people watching the live stream throughout the neighborhood, throughout the state, city, all that kind of stuff. But let's get to it. We'll talk about it a little bit, but we saw a lot of Mandalorian stuff. We saw the Vintage Collection, Carbonized Collection, 3 and 3/4. Now, these carbonized figures, we've seen them in Black Series before. Same exact figure with a little bit of a shine to them. Not for me. Not for me at all. And the one good thing about this is I said, hey, I'm saving a ton of money because I'm not going to buy hardly any of this stuff. So that, I guess there is some pros there. But the Vintage Collection, we got the Armor, the Shore Trooper, if you guys remember the Shore Trooper. And then the Incinerator Trooper, which was previously a Walmart exclusive, if I remember correctly. Carbonized re-release editions of these. I don't know if anybody's excited for that. If you're excited for it, let me know, and let me know why. I don't know if I'll get any comments on that one. But then we saw traditional vintage collections. So there was some interesting stuff here. We saw IG-11 from The Mandalorian. You know, we've had him before in different sizes, but the vintage collection a little smaller. A lot of IG-88 rehash, of course, with IG-11, but we're getting him. We're getting Lobot. Everybody loves Lobot. Interesting, though, his arms are just massive with that puffy shirt. He's like that Seinfeld puffy shirt episode. I don't know. I'm going to see that one in person, but I love Lobot. I got an old school Power of the Force one. It's time to upgrade that. I need a couple Lobots in my collection. We all need like 3 or 4, I think. But Lobot's in there, and then my boy Tebow, he's always getting a rub somewhere. Be it Black Series Vintage Collection, Tebow's coming out, so that's always a good one. Bib Fortuna, gotta get Bib Fortuna. One of the stalwarts of Jabba's palace is also featured in the Book of Boba Fett, or we'll see how that goes. But we saw a little clip of Bib Fortuna, but that's a popular one throughout the years. Of course, the Emperor. It's been a while since we've got a 3 and 3/4 Emperor. I have a ton in my collection. I'm going to wait and see on this one. I think I'm passing on pretty much all of these, except, you know, I'll see Tebow. I can't pass up a Tebow. And then we saw Lando Calrissian again. Shocker, Lando's out there all the time. So that was some of that vintage collection stuff. But we also saw Prototype Collection Target exclusive. So this was an interesting one. We've seen Boba Fett in the past. We've seen Darth Vader in the past. Now we're getting a Stormtrooper. These do absolutely nothing for me. They're kind of test prototype things. They're really a niche item. Not for me, but a Target exclusive. So those went up for pre-order. I don't know if anybody's interested in those. I didn't get any of the other ones, and I'm not getting that one. So there you go. We did get an update for the Razor Crest. I know a lot of you guys are waiting for that Razor Crest right now, but it's unfortunately delayed. I think it was supposed to be October release, beginning of October. It sounds like now it's coming out January 2022, but they did show us images of the packaging, which is cool. I did not back the Razor Crest. For whatever reason, I love the Mandalorian show. I obviously love Star Wars figures. The Razor Crest, I didn't feel I had a need for it in my collection. I am not sure why, but I didn't, so I guess I'm not too disappointed on the delay because I didn't order it anyways, but I know how some of you guys are out there. So the Razor Crest sounds like it's going to be coming first of the year out there. We did see a Black Series I'm interested in, Power of the Force Throwback Edition. We got Princess Leia in her Yavin gear, a very cool homage to the old Power of the Force one. We unboxed that on the channel months ago or so. But that'll be cool. I'll pick that one up. That's a Black Series. Sounds like it's already up for pre-order in the UK, and it's going to be later in like November for the United States and North America. Whatever. I'm just like, hey, I'll get it when I get it. That's all right. I'll get it eventually. But that is coming for that one. So that was interesting. But then we went to the Credit Collection, and this is where a big groan came from me. We had Credit Collection Part 1. Was it Target exclusive? Or I think it was everywhere. It might have been Target, and GameStop had an exclusive or two. But it's Credit Collection. Once again, it's just rehashed, repainted, different decor on the characters, kind of based off the ending credits of the Mandalorian episodes. If you guys ever watched that, they kind of have a filter to them, and that's what they look like. So we're getting the armor, we're getting Quill, we're of course getting the Mandalorian. That one looks okay, though. I kind of like the blue highlights on that one. But we're getting that one. We're getting Moff Gideon, and then, of course, we're getting old Grief Karga, old Apollo Creed. We're getting him out there. But that is just rehashing, getting the most of those molds. That Mandalorian mold has been used so much. I mean, that thing is probably paid for itself 10 times over by now. But the Credit Collection is coming this fall. easiest of passes for me, especially with the new price hike. Just, it's more of a pass than ever. And we vote with our wallet at the end of the day, and I think there's going to be a lot of us voting with our wallet, just with the uncertainty of the fall, of what's going to happen. The price hike, we talked about it, all industries going up in pricing over the last few months on the channel. I think this one will be a victim, and if I'm going to give you my tip, my pro tip out there, I don't know if anybody's listening, it's just for you guys here. Pro tip, long game these. If you by chance do want these, long game them, because I think you'll be able to get a deal out there, and you know what we say, we got to get a deal, especially with the holidays coming. So be prepared for that. But that was very underwhelming to me. They did announce a Gaming Greats, GameStop exclusive, as you guys know, a Jet Trooper. I don't know the Star Wars games. These are great on clearance or a really good deal or a bundle package or something like that. If you need to put one of these in to get free shipping, it's like you got it cheaper. I get buying that, but the Jet Trooper doesn't do anything for me either, so that was underwhelming. We did get a Mandalorian, of course, and Grogu 2-pack announced as a Target exclusive. A complete rehash of the former one we got in the past. Grogu has a different head going on. It does come with a Mudhorn egg. And Mandalorian is all muddy, like he was in, you know, quicksand or something. One of the most dangerous things of the 80s, quicksand, as you guys all know. We all thought in the 80s, after watching Neverending Story, that our life was doomed if we ever came across quicksand. It was like the most dangerous thing in the world. You'd be walking in like a forest or something, you come across quicksand, you might as well kiss your life goodbye. That's how we all assumed. But the Mandalorian, kind of quicksand edition almost. But total rehash. Does anybody want this figure? This is the one out of all of them I might get, just because I think it looks really cool with the brown and the dirt and stuff on it, but man, they are getting the most out of that mold. Once again, using that Mando mold. Once again, using the Grogu mold, all that kind of stuff. Getting the most money they possibly can at this point is what that is. So, Target exclusive on that one if you guys are interested. We also saw Stormtrooper 4-pack. So this is an interesting one. This goes back to what I've said on the channel forever. And kudos to the Marvel Legends team. They've done a great job with giving us army builders. Now Hasbro, the Star Wars team, is finally getting involved in that. We're getting a Stormtrooper 4-pack of Stormtroopers, vintage collection sized. 3 traditional Stormtroopers, and then 1 leader Stormtrooper. He's got the little orange thing on his armor, so you know he's the leader. He's got a little difference to him. That's great for army builders out there. I can see it's $40 for 4 vintage collection figures. Not really a bad price point. I can see a lot of people building those out and having a huge army. I have so many Stormtroopers as is. Maybe a little long game. We'll see where that one goes, but I didn't pre-order that either. I didn't pre-order any of this stuff. Truth be told, none of it. I didn't pre-order any of it. The only one I might possibly get, like I said, is that Mando Grogu 2-pack. And maybe long game, deep clearance. I'll get that Credit Collection Mando just because I like the color blue. But I don't know. I thought that was a waste. But then at the very end, they've done a very popular segment in their live streams. I enjoy this segment all the time. It's the Vintage Pipeline. It's a way to kind of dangle that carrot. You're not showing any figures, you're not showing anything, but you're just dangling a carrot. Here's what's coming soon. And they talked about the Vintage Collection. Well, once again, we got Yoda coming out. Yeah, we got enough Yodas yet? I do, but I understand it. There's new collectors all the time. You got to get the Lukes, the Leias, the Hans, and all of them out at a pretty good clip. But Yoda, I really don't need in 3 3/4. So once again, for somebody like me, that's a pass. 501st Clone Trooper, I could see picking one of those up possibly. Clone Troopers are always hot movers, always go very well. I wouldn't mind having a couple of those in my collection. I think I already have a few older ones, but I might get one of those if I do come across it. Death Watch Mando. Now here's a new vintage collection figure. First time in the line. I could see me picking that one up possibly. And then we got Figrin Dan. Oh, yes, old Figrin. One of the greatest multi-instrumentalists in the whole galaxy, I believe. I do have the whole band, but I might get one extra one of these. So some interesting stuff there. Going to have to see what they look like in figure form eventually. But I thought those looked fairly interesting, at least to me. And then we saw the Archive Edition. So this is the one that got me excited. The Black Series, usually updated re-releases here. But not a lot of meat on the bone for me on this one either. But we'll see what happens. I'm sure it'll be maybe, I don't know when we'll see actual images of the product here. But they did announce the Emperor. I don't know if they can top the Emperor that was the Amazon exclusive a couple years ago that came with Throne. I don't foresee me needing another Emperor. So I think I might be passing on the Emperor. It depends. Then C-3PO's coming back. You know, you got to have C-3PO. He's one of those ones you got to come on a clip. C-3PO, the most dangerous unboxings we ever do on the channel. I think I've opened like 5 C-3POs on the channel, and every one has crumpled to dust or broken right out of the package. True story. It's very infuriating. I love throwing C-3PO across the room to his forever home in the garbage because it's hot garbage. So hopefully this C-3PO is better. I'd have to assume it would be. Another Lando Calrissian. I almost wonder if Billy D. Williams has an agreement with Hasbro and it's coming to an end. They said, we got to get every Billy D out that we can. Every single version. But we got another Lando Calrissian coming in. It's his disguise from Return of the Jedi. We have that in the past. So I don't know, with that helmet mask he wears, even if they give him a new face, you don't even really see it displayed. So I think I can easily pass on that one as well. And then we're getting old Dengar. People love bounty hunters. I get it. I love bounty hunters too. But I got a Dengar from the past. Is there going to be enough meat on the bone for this new Dengar for me? Probably not. Probably not. So all in all, very underwhelming. I had the highest of hopes here. Some new announcements, the next Black Series wave, maybe pictures of the next Bad Batch figures finally, some Rancor talk, and we didn't get any of that. We basically got shot with a bunch of repaints that were coming our way. So there it was. Underwhelming, disappointing. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But then, the final couple of news bits this week, I was hoping I would have my Marvel Legends Sentinel, but no sign. No sign of the Sentinel to my doorstep yet. I got my FedEx tracking. It said it was supposed to be here on Thursday the 9th. Never showed up. Now it says pending. So we wait possibly another week. I'm anxious to get all those Sentinels, get after that. Some people are getting theirs already. Hopefully I get mine next week. Yeah, so we'll see, but that's coming. This week as well, Powercon is at in Anaheim, California, I believe it is. It's kind of a big He-Man convention and stuff, and we should get a lot of news out of that. And hopefully somehow I end up with those Powercon exclusives some way out of all this. We'll see what happens there. Haven't heard an update if they actually arrived yet or not. If somebody knows, you can leave me a comment. But hopefully I can get those Powercon exclusives, but hopefully we get a lot of news out of Powercon. We talked, was it last week or the week before, about He-Man Revelations, He-Man Origins, some of the new leaked lists we have that have come out from Big Bad Toy Store. I mean, they're already putting them up for pre-order, so it's not like a screwy leak that we get sometimes. This is from a major toy company. Link in the description below, of course. We saw some of the ones coming out there. So Powercon, I'm hoping they flush that out for us. They give us some pictures, some stills, some packaging images, because you got to think that next Origin set's coming anytime now to the stores. Revelation Series 2, it sounds like a lot of comic book stores luckily have been getting these already. So that means shelves anytime. But boy, I don't know if you guys watch the fig hunts, but those Revelation figures are tanking in my area. And I've done a couple of state travel out there, and every store they are peg warming hard. Not a good sign. It's going to be a good sign for me when I play the long game. I get another He-Man, but not a good sign for the line if they're peg warming that pretty hard. And then you got that kids ones coming very soon. I just don't know. Will we actually see the fourth set of those? Time will tell, but we should have some answers at Powercon, I hope, on the future of the Revelations line. Hopefully some pictures of Series 3 and Series 4. That would be pretty cool. Origins, I have some inside knowledge that Origins is going to keep going down the line, so I hope that is true. I'd love to see them flush out that even more. Maybe some new vehicles, maybe a Snake Mountain, possibly a Snake Mountain. That'd be pretty cool. So we'll see what Powercon brings us. There might be a little interesting time when it comes to Powercon. So all the details next week on the channel, and just keep your fingers crossed that we get some good announcements for all you He-Man fans out there. And keep your fingers crossed that I get my Sentinel too. So there you go. That's the news of the week. Album of the week this week, a special one. The band is known as The Wild Hearts. 21st Century Love Songs is the album. Just came out the same week as Iron Maiden. Always a dangerous feat if you're a band out there. But The Wild Hearts, one of the most underrated bands of all time. If you're from the UK and stuff, maybe you know The Wild Hearts better than most Americans out there. They're one of those bands. I've been to millions of shows in my life. I didn't know who they were, and they opened up for a band I was going to see, and they blew me away. That's always great, finding new music, finding new bands that way, and I've been a Wild Hearts fan for 20 years now. And it's probably one of the most underrated albums of the 1990s is Earth vs. the Wild Hearts. I'd definitely start there, or Greatest Hits, but they do have their new one out, 21st Century Love Songs. I would be lying if I said it's their greatest work ever, but there's some catchy songs as usual on there. Ginger Wildheart's always pumping out material all the time. But it's just cool in this day and age, I guess, to get a new Wild Hearts album. It gets me excited. So if you've never heard the Wild Hearts, give them a listen. So there it is. A lot of news, a lot of Star Wars news, a lot going on. But let's get to it. Let's get down to the weekly purchases. All right, let's get down to it. Let's get down to the weekly purchases, but I got a couple of shout-outs I should mention before I get too far into this. This week I was on the limited edition podcast. Search wherever your podcasts are found, but the limited edition podcast is what it was called. I sat down and talked with the crew there. Cool interview. I actually was asked some good questions that I've never been asked before. I'm actually thinking about doing maybe a Q&A YouTube video. We'll see if anybody was interested in that, but for 10,000 subscribers, I thought it might be like an Ask Me Anything. You guys, I'll put up some links or something, and I'll just jot down all the questions, and I'll sit here for as long as it takes, and I'll answer every single one. But I had a lot of good fun on that limited edition podcast, so subscribe to their podcast. Wherever podcasts are found is what I would say. So thanks for having me on there. I want to thank everybody that bought a t-shirt. We had the Pro Wrestling t-shirt sale last week. Thanks to everybody for buying a t-shirt that bought one. I need to get some new shirts up there. I think it's time for a Rio shirt. Don't you? I think we need a Rio shirt on there. I think that would be the hottest seller Pro Wrestling tees. Move over, CM Punk. Rio's coming in, and she's coming in hot. You guys know how she does. But thanks to everybody who bought a t-shirt out there. That is the best way to support the channel for sure. If you want to support the channel, it's up to you. That's the way it goes. But thank you for buying the shirt out there. And then I want to call out on Twitter and Instagram, I believe, MCCVRT is the handle there. This dude sent me just a cool artwork out of the blue. I was blown away by it. I was sitting in my hotel room late at night. It was like 11 o'clock at night. I'm sitting there pounding away on the computer, working away, getting ready for my notes for the next day, all this stuff. And I got this, came across my Twitter. I was blown away. He made Pop Funko Pop version of me. How cool is this? They need to rush these to market. I would definitely buy two. I'd buy an opener, and I'd unbox one for sure. But he made three of them. He made me looking like, like a young AJ Styles almost. Even my patented red shoes, holding the Legion of Doom, Motorhead t-shirt. Man, sign me up all day long. Then he made the Ultimate Warrior version. How cool is that? And then a Chase version with the battle damaged Ultimate Warrior face paint. So very, very cool. Give him a follow on Twitter and Instagram. I thought that was awesome. I think he can make you into one of those as well if you're interested. It looks like reading his site, but very, very cool. I would like getting that a lot. That was pretty awesome. I also want to give we'll do the first weekly purchase. Might as well jump into it. But I want to give a shout out to my boy, Scare Me K. He reached out to me and said, Kyle, I watch your videos. I watch your fig hunts out there. And he said, I know you've been looking for this. And do you need this still? And of course I did. I've been playing the long game. For you guys that have been watching, I've been waiting for that clearance. And my area never went to clearance for whatever reason. Some areas have, mine has not. So the long game is going on, I bet 2 years almost at this point. But we're talking about Cygor. And he had one that came through. And he said he wanted to send it to me. So I got to give him a big shout out. The 2-year long game is over. Cygor has arrived at home. Another Spawn villain, kind of friend, but more villain in my book. But one of the Raw 10 collections, Walmart exclusive there. But you guys know I'm a sucker for a big monkey figure, a big gorilla figure. But Scare Me K, I appreciate it. Thank you for sending me that Cygor. He's going to go great in my collection. Will he stand? And I'll put him to the side here. But thank you. So a few housekeeping notes here at the beginning. Now let's get into it. Let's get into the weekly purchases this week. An interesting week. Very wrestling heavy this week, which I know a lot of you guys like out there. But I did pick up, here's one that was really easy. I got this, and I haven't tried them yet, but it's like 150 Star Wars stands, and my Star Wars daily videos have been threatened, hey, I need to get stands. I got to figure something out. Went on eBay, I found this pack. Hopefully these work out. I probably need about 1,000 more of these. See you later. We'll get to it, but I'm starting to work on my display for Star Wars, and man, is it more overwhelming than I thought it was going to be. You guys know I do a daily unboxing Star Wars figure, and I just take them into the other room, and I line them on the floor. And now I have to put them all away into the figures, and oh, it's just a lot of work. Hopefully I can find the time. I'm trying my hardest. Hopefully by February 2022, the next collection tour, we'll be all set there. But I got Star Wars stands through the mail this week. You guys saw my review on the channel this week, Faker. I thought I'd show you him. He-Man Masters Universe Revelations Faker, hitting targets right now. He was in a ton of my targets. He's probably in yours as well. And like I said, $33 price point. One note is you can price match him on the app. That's exactly what I did. The next day, my wife was in Target. I said, hey, make sure they price match that. And they did very easily. So I got 13, 14 bucks back. Very nice. Yeah, so there you go. There's old Faker. I got him through the door this week and reviewed on the channel already. And it looks like the rest is wrestling. Is that possible? It's all wrestling. So you wrestling fans are going to love it. We're very, very Star Wars heavy at the beginning of the show. We usually aren't that Star Wars heavy. Now we're going to get wrestling heavy. And you guys know I love a good wrestling figure out there. $7, Amazon. Finn Balor Basic Series 118. 118 for you keep track at home. Finn Balor is one of my favorite modern-day wrestlers. Maybe you guys know that, maybe you don't. I love the Matt Riddles, the Malachi Black, still Alistair to me for at least a while still. I like a lot of those guys. Finn Balor's been a favorite of mine for a long time, and I said to myself, you know what, Kyle, you should get every single basic Finn Balor. I like a challenge every once in a while. There's been so many Finn Balors, I mean, like, they're almost all the same, too. But I said, you know what, I like a challenge. Remember back to the old days, tracking down all those Jax Ruthless Aggression figures, the early days of the channel, early days of my social media. You know, I had Twitter for like 9 years, never made a post. Then my 10th year, I said, it's time for me to make a post. And I've had Twitter for like a year and a half now or something like that, actually using it. But it's time to get Finn Balor going. So I might end up going back and getting every basic Finn Balor. It's not going to be super expensive. And I figured, you know, might as well start it off. $7 shipped on Amazon. Can't go wrong there. So Finn Balor, see you later. Got him through the door this week. And then speaking of basics, Amazon, Chelsea Green from Series 122. Amazon came through with this one this week, and I opened it up. I said, I think this is the Chase. And I had to look, and yeah, it was the Chase. So I did get this, $9.99 shipped, and I got the Chase version. So Chelsea Green through the door. First time, only time in the line, unfortunately, for Chelsea is that's going to be her only figure, as we know she's out of the WWE. So you definitely have to have those kind of figures in your collection. And then I was in, you guys saw in my figure hunting video, middle of nowhere, one of the smallest Walmarts in the Midwest, and I've hit them all. Believe it or not, I've been in about every single Walmart in about an 8-state area. Can you believe that? Is there a Guinness Book World Records for that? Is there anybody that crazy? Yes, there's me. But Chelsea Green, I came across her standard edition in the Iowa Falls, Iowa, middle of nowhere. See you later. Picked that up for $9.99, so I got both Chelsea Greens through the door this week. Maybe I'll do a basic blowout unboxing. Elle and I did do a video, truth be told, my daughter Elle, she wanted to do a video, so we did an unboxing of a bunch of basics together, and it didn't really go so well. Elle really didn't have anything to say. She did all this stuff to say, and then when the red light came on, she really didn't have a whole lot to say. So I think we might actually scrap that video. I've never scrapped a video before, or maybe we'll do it as like a bonus outtake or something one day. I don't know, but we ended up scrapping it. So we opened up some basics, and nobody will ever see. Woo, there you go. Whoa, 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 stop the clock. I almost forgot some stuff. I had another stack of weekly purchases stuff, so I'm coming to you as Future Kyle. Kyle from the future. I think one of the videos this week I came from Kyle as the future. It was the Rescue Captain Marvel video. Future Kyle breaks into some videos every once in a while, and that's no different right here. So I had another stack of weekly purchases stuff I forgot all about, so I better go through it, huh? I did pick up this week Captain Glenn, Queen Marlena, depending how you view the character, a 2-in-1 He-Man Classics figure. Picked this one up this week. Yes, I already have this one, but since it's a 2-in-1, I said, you know what? I need 2 of this character so I can do both representations of the figure on my display. If you follow along, you follow along. If you don't, you don't. But Captain Glenn, Queen Marlena, Masters of the Universe Classics through the door this week. How about some stands? Some black ringside collectible stands. I say it all the time. Spend your money on your figures, not your stands. Ringside collectible stands, the best in the game. Use discount code Kyle, save 10%. But I got a black. I got another black. I got a black. Got a black. See you later. Another black. See you later. So I got a few cases of stands this week through with my ringside order. So there you go. And then I turned my attention to Star Wars Episode 1. If you guys have been following along, we've opened up a ton of these Episode 1 figures on the channel. I said, wait a minute, I'm missing a couple of them. So what did I do? Went to my local toy store. They have tons of Star Wars. Dirt cheap. I said, I better pick up the ones I'm missing so I can be complete. So I picked up Queen Amidala Coruscant outfit. So I got that one. See you later. And then we got old Captain Panaka. Captain Panaka through the door this week. There he is. So I was missing those two. Not missing them anymore. So see you later, see you later. We'll unbox those on our daily Star Wars unboxings and review. And then finally, in this segment, I did get from Amazon, they're starting to show up, we're talking He-Man, Masters Universe Origins. What did I get? I got He-Man, and I got Skeletor. But what's interesting about these, you say, Kyle, every Walmart and Target has a million of these currently on the shelves. Yes, they do, but these ones come with the old vintage heads, as you can see right there. Vintage head editions. So I had to have those mint on card, and that's where we turn our attention to the ones in the protective cases. So there's He-Man, and there is Skeletor. These are both unpunched, not as minty as I want these to be, so I may play the long game, replace these ones if they do ever go to stores one day. As you can see here, they are falling off the card a little bit. coming unglued. You can see this right here on Skeletor. This is, I don't know what's going on there. So that's disappointing. These two are going to be openers. These two got a little bit of that, not to the same degree as these two, but they're not 100% mint like I would like them. So I might have to replace these in the future. But I did get the new He-Man head, the new old He-Man head, and the new old Skeletor head via Amazon online this week. So I did get those. So there it is. There's a little future Kyle. Now back to old Kyle. There you go. Then we turn our attention. Oh, we do got one non-wrestling figure. Let's get that one out of the way right now. Marvel Select, a favorite of many, a collection I dabble in. Well, it's been so long since we've had a new Marvel Select figure. I finally saw one at my local toy store, and I said, you know what? I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm going to buy this one. And we're talking about the Human Torch. I guess Galactus Mania is getting into my head, but I got picked up the Human Torch, translucent red figure. We'll see what all the fuss is about with this one. I think this will be an interesting unboxing. Maybe we'll do this tomorrow on Sunday. So we'll have this and probably a wrestling video on Sunday. You guys know we got videos every single day on the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel, like the video, give me your comments, all that kind of fun stuff. You know the drill. But Human Torch, stay tuned for him probably tomorrow. We'll have him out there. So there it goes. Jushin Thunder Liger Mania. Yes, I fell prey. I fell victim to Ringside Collectibles. I think this is the 7th one. The 8th one will be that original outfit of Jushin Thunder Liger. Jushin Thunder Liger Mania running wild in my basement. So I picked up the red version, of course, the green version, of course, and the purple version. So we got 3 more Jushin Thunder Ligers. We'll unbox these. I'll probably do them all in the same video. They are all the same figure with just different repaint. Maybe the cape's different. Got to smoke mirrors, give them different hands, different poses in your collection. But Jushin Liger Mania continues to run wild. Did you guys pick these up? Let me know if you did. But Liger coming through the door this week, Jushin Thunder Liger. Also from Ringside Collectibles, use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% if you want to. 10%. There you go. But we got Elite 88 this week. We've got, look who's coming out the sky, R-E-Y, Mysterio. 619 right there. Rey Mysterio, a pretty cool looking one. You know what? This is a sleeper set, Elite 88. I feel like it's a total sleeper set. A lot of good figures in here. So we'll unbox these on the channel. We'll do the rankings at the very end like we always do. So stay tuned for that this week. Ringside did. I think they messed up. They accidentally sent me the chase. I'll take it. Boy, this Trish, very controversial, this Trish Stratus. So we'll get down to all the details there when we unbox this one. But I did get the chase, so I just got to find the regular one. Truth be told, I want the regular one more, but being the completest I am, I needed both of them, so I'm okay with that. We got Kushida. A lot of people looking forward to Kushida, his first figure in the line. So that's kind of cool. So this, like I said, sleeper set here. Then we got my boy, Matt Riddle. You guys know I love me some Matt Riddle. Before his wrestling days, I was a Matt Riddle fan, back in the MMA days. So holds a special place in my heart, Matt Riddle. So we got that one through the door. The return to the line MVP, there it is, another strong one here. I like that a lot. And then finally, one we really just unboxed on the channel the other day, the Top Picks 2022 Roman Reigns re-release. But we'll do a little smoke and mirrors. We'll do a little difference with that one, maybe change that up a little bit. But yeah, there it is. I think that is it. Looking around, I don't see anything else. That's all the pickups this week. Very wrestling heavy, as you guys saw right here. Not a bad thing if you ask me, but stay tuned. All this will be unboxed on the channel most likely this week. You know how we do it. Videos every single day. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you leave me a comment down below. What did you pick up this week? Any of the news of the week interest you? Let me know in the comments, of course. Like this video as well. Follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, _Kyle_Peterson on Instagram. All kinds of stuff going on. And then, like I said, make sure you subscribe. We're marching towards 10,000. Once we get to 10,000, we got giveaways. We'll do a Q&A. I'll try to get my dad on the channel. Maybe, hopefully, a Warlord unboxing. Ultimate Warrior Top 10. And then, like I said, of course, the giveaways. That's the most fun part. I'll go through my collection. We'll see what we got doubles of that we can give away to you guys out there. So make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all that fun stuff. Follow me on social media. And you guys know what I'm doing now. I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into the weekend. I'll see you guys all real soon.
Is that a mug?
Yeah, they're all coffee mugs.
That's not what you thought?
No. These aren't Sentinels. Unbelievable.
Oh my god. So funny.